everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Also consider joining my Patreon page for some cool perks. I'll leave a link in the description. Thomas Jefferson once said, "I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past." Speaking of history, it's time to kick off another exciting episode of Music History. Throughout each episode of Music History, I will remind you of some interesting music events that have happened today, May 26th. To keep this video short and sweet, I'm only going to talk about 10 key moments. I put them in chronological order. Let's begin. First, on this day in 1948, the super stunning singer for Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, was born. Happy birthday, Stevie. On this day in 1949, Hank Williams Jr., whose name has become synonymous with country music, took his first breath. Happy birthday, Hank. On this day in 1964, Lenny Kravitz entered the world. Happy birthday, Lenny. On this day in 1967, the Beatles bestowed their spectacular Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album upon us. It contained huge hits from the Fab Four like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and A Day in the Life. Sgt. Pepper's sales soared to over 30 million copies worldwide, and it is certainly considered one of the most influential albums to ever exist. Also on this day in 1967, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention put out their absolutely awesome sophomore album called Absolutely Free. It showed some improvement compared to their first album by climbing to the respectable 41st position on the Billboard 200 chart. On this day in 1971, Don McLean sat down to record his tasty tune American Pie. Allegedly, the lyrics of American Pie reflect on the tragic deaths of Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper, who perished in a plane crash on February 3, 1959, a date often referred to as the day the music died. On this day in 1973, the lick that's guaranteed to get you kicked out of every Guitar Center if you start strumming it, Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple, appeared as a single for the first time. On this day in 1989, during an intriguing experiment designed to emphasize the tremendous power that radio possessed, at exactly 7:42 a.m., more than 8,000 radio stations across America went completely silent for a total of 30 seconds. Never before had something like that been attempted on such a grand scale. On this day in 1994, the King of Pop Michael Jackson raised a fair share of eyebrows when he married the King of Rock and Roll's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. Their rocky relationship came to an end less than 2 years later. Basically, Michael told Lisa to beat it. Last but not least, on this day in 2022, Yes's dependable drummer Alan White passed away at age 72. Rest in peace, Alan. Well, that's it. What's your favorite thing that took place on May 26th? Let me know in the comments. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my supporters on Patreon, Matt and Stacy from Canada. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.